happening now.
Every year when we see individuals coming out of school, there's a high level of stress.
For students here at Tarrant County College, that pressure is real. What you need to know before you graduate. And how students are turning music into connections.
We're all like one big friend group, and we also hang out like outside of Guitar Club. Any of us are on campus, we kind of just hang out.
Also, she's a familiar face at the crosswalk every day.
You see them every morning, every afternoon, so you start to get to know someone on a casual basis.
What happened when this school community decided to step up for one of their own? The Newsfeed starts right now.
With the latest news now, this is the Newsfeed.
Welcome to the Newsfeed. I'm John Ethan Wilson.
And I'm Demaria Williams. For students here at Tarrant County College, graduation should be a celebration. But for many, it's also a reality check. New data shows recent college grads are facing a tough job market with unemployment now higher than the national average. And with bills and student loans coming due, the pressure is on. In our top story, Monica Coppola shows how grads can still stand out.
Graduating college is a major milestone as students start a new life chapter, but it can also be a challenging time if you're looking for a job.
Every year when we see individuals coming out of school, there's a high level of stress.
Don Fay with business consulting firm Robert Half says it can be a tough transition for graduates entering the jobs market. The most recent data shows unemployment rates for recent college graduates ages 22 to 27 with a bachelor's degree is 5.6%. That's higher than the national average, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And if you have student loans, there can be even more pressure to land a job so you can start paying down that debt.
It's really important for individuals that are in school to be really focused on their network.
Fay recommends joining the networking site Handshake. It's specifically for college students and recent graduates. Reach out to alumni that work in the field you're interested in. She also suggests working with your school's Career Service Center to help you navigate the jobs market. They can also help you build a resume.
There's probably a lot of things that you have done that people can put on their resume and articulate to a potential employer.
Did you play a college sport, belong to a fraternity or sorority, hold a student leadership position? Fay says all of those skills can translate to real-life experience to potential employers.
People want to know that you can collaborate, you can communicate, you have been able to deliver a project on time.
Here's some good news. Fay says many companies hire temporary or contract workers during the summer months. She recommends applying to those openings as well as full-time positions. Monica Coppola, the Newsfeed.
If your garden needs a glow up, Tarrant County College has you covered. The Northwest Campus is hosting its annual spring plant sale, featuring annuals, perennials, vegetables, and herbs, all grown by horticulture students. The sale runs Friday from 9 to 5, right near the campus greenhouses. You can even drive up to load your plants and bring a cart to make it easier. Cash and checks are accepted. Proceeds will support student programs, including horticulture competitions. Students at Tarrant County College's Northwest Campus gathered for a powerful film screening. The film club partnered with the African American Student Organization to show The Color Purple, recognizing both Black History Month and Women's History Month. The film tells a heavy story focused on abuse, resilience, and sisterhood. Club President Madison McCarthy says, "I think it's an incredible story because it really does hit home on a lot of key sensitive topics like domestic violence and abuse." Leaders say events like this spark important conversations and help students connect through real stories through film.
Tarrant County College's Trinity River campus is home to the Guitar Club.
Students learn to play and build community through music. Nicholas Boltz from our news partners at the Collegian has the story.
Trinity River campus is home to the Guitar Club, a club dedicated to learning how to play the guitar along with learning new songs.
So I'll say that Guitar Club is a pretty unique place where a lot of us come together. We learn from each other and we show each other what we know. We all learn together how to play music notes or just any little bit of music.
Guitar Club is pretty cool. I joined it back in October of last semester. I joined because I needed a new hobby that I wanted to do between classes.
The club is advised by Harold Macias and Jared Stewart, who also assist the members with learning certain aspects of the guitar and even help the club host events such as their annual Campfire Circle.
pick out activities to go do, trips to go on.
Students have not only enjoyed the club for teaching them guitar chords and songs, but they also felt a big sense of community amongst each other as many members became good friends.
Seeing everybody and playing with them, because it's the one thing playing by yourself and also playing in the group with other people. And I really do hope to accomplish at the end of the year playing the concert with all of our members.
So we're all like one big friend group, and we also hang out like outside of Guitar Club. We just, even when Guitar Club isn't here, if any of us are on campus, we kind of just hang out.
Honestly, it's been a super wild ride because we've had students, because of the nature of our campus, right, come in, go out, and they're not here for a great deal of time. But the amount of community they're able to build in that small amount of time they're here has been really pretty remarkable.
One of the biggest things is that we try to get newer people to join in, even if they haven't touched a guitar. I barely even touched a guitar when I started joining. It doesn't matter your experience. We still want you here.
This is Nicholas Boltz, the Collegian.
The Guitar Club meets twice a week, Tuesdays from 11:30 to 12:30 and Fridays from 11 to noon at the Trinity River campus. Students can bring their own guitar or use one provided.
Tarrant County College and the City of Fort Worth are teaming up to expand education for city employees. The new partnership starts now. It gives workers access to courses, certificates, and associate degrees with flexible online and weekend options through TCC Connect. City employees will also get help with enrollment, advising, and scholarships. TCC Chancellor Elva LeBlanc says opportunity changes everything for individuals, for families, for communities. Leaders say the goal is simple: build skills, advance careers, and strengthen the workforce, serving one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Officials say the program will also focus on high demand skills across city departments.
A former Southlake megachurch pastor convicted of child sex abuse is out of prison. Robert Moore served 6 months after pleading guilty to 5 felony charges. Prosecutors say the abuse started in 1982 when the victim was just 12 years old. Morse resigned from Gateway Church in Southlake last year. He will now serve 10 years of probation, register as a sex offender, and pay restitution to the victim. A Dallas school crossing guard is used to helping kids get to school safely, but recently she was having trouble getting there herself. After her car broke down, a group of local dads stepped in to help. Bo Evans has the story.
Mornings are busy at Moss Haven Elementary in Richardson, but there's one constant: Miss Crawford.
Everybody loves her. She's here every single day.
She's part of our community.
Just always here to make a smile on everyone's faces as we cross the street.
She's out here every morning, every afternoon. Again, she probably knows more parents out here on a first name basis than a lot of other people.
She has a lot of fans with the Moss Haven Elementary Dads Club.
We're a group of dads that have all signed up to come together and better the students and the teachers' environment here at Moss Haven Elementary.
Most mornings we get about 6 to 8 dads.
We're out here every morning to make sure everything's running smoothly with the crossing guard situation and working in tandem with Miss Crawford.
Sometimes I have to tell them, you don't run in the crosswalk. And they know what Miss Crawford says. Safety is first.
She's an essential part of this community. But about 5 months ago, her car broke down.
I was lifting here. Then when I ran out of money on the lift, I had to get on the bus. So I had to do what I had to do.
When the dads found out, they decided to do something about it.
We knew that she needed a car, and it took a couple of months to find it and put it together.
I sent 2 emails. We raised several $1,000s in just a couple of days.
It took a minute, but the dads of Moss Haven gave Miss Crawford a new car, a white Jeep that makes her smile.
Thank you, Moss Haven Elementary.
It's an incredible gesture, but it's something you do for a person who's more than a crossing guard.
You see them every morning, every afternoon, so it's whether it's a hi or a hug or a fist bump or how's it going, you start to get to know someone on more than just a casual basis.
A deadly crash in North Texas leaves a family shattered. Police say a driver plowed into a home early Sunday, killing a woman and a young boy. Officers have taken a woman into custody. Luke Clearly has the latest.
Great kids. They would talk to me.
Early Sunday morning, Reese Skinner woke up to the sound.
A loud crash.
Of a neighborhood changed forever.
When you saw that house in the state it's in, how did that hit you?
It hit hard. You always think that crazy things will never happen to you or hit this close to home.
Stephenville police say the crash happened just before 3:30 Sunday morning, and 2 people inside the home were killed. Police say 18-year-old Gracie Yates was driving. She's now at the Erath County Jail, charged with 2 counts of criminally negligent homicide.
This spray paint marking up North Ollie Avenue appears to be part of the crash investigation. It traces the path that the vehicle must have taken as it went straight into the back of this home and into a bedroom.
Alfredo Rocha told WFAA his wife, Barbara, and their 7-year-old son, Alex, were sleeping in that room. Now, he's planning their funerals.
He came over and talked to me and told me what had happened, but I just felt helpless. I wanted to help him, and all I could do is offer my condolences and a hug and just wish that there was a little more.
The Rocha's young daughter survived. Now, her father faces the loss of his wife and son as he and his daughter try to figure out what comes next.
I was close enough with them that if they decide to stay in that house or rebuild it or do anything like that, I'll be over there. I'll be helping out any way that I can.
A break in a decades-old cold case, Houston investigators have made an arrest in the 1990 murders of Cheryl Henry and Andy Atkinson.
A 64-year-old suspect is now in custody after years of leads and new evidence. Jason Miles has the latest.
Families of Cheryl Henry and Andy Atkinson who've shared their pain over the years.
They tortured them, they assaulted them, and then they murdered them. And just destroyed our family.
We're among those learning today of stunning developments in the infamous cold case. The arrest of 64-year-old Floyd Perot, who would have been in his late 20s when the young couple were killed.
Do you understand the claims and demands being made by the state of Texas?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is video of Perot being arraigned this afternoon in Lincoln, Nebraska, where he was taken into custody.
My hat's off to the investigators, all of them that came together, and they never forgot Cheryl and Andy.
Andy Kahn with Crime Stoppers of Houston.
And I know this was a big deal for them, and it's an even bigger deal for the families.
It was August of 1990 when Henry and Atkinson, who were dating, were found dead in a then remote area off Enclave Parkway. According to investigators, Henry had been sexually assaulted and her throat was cut, while Atkinson was found tied to a tree and nearly decapitated. Golf clubs and balls from his trunk pointed to Henry's body, which was partially covered by wooden boards. Over the years, hundreds of leads were chased, but according to charging documents, a tip found during a review of the case file led to Perot, who worked about a mile from the scene at the time of the crime.
Time may have buried, the evidence, but finally, 36 years later, the evidence finally was able to connect somebody to be charged.
Bluebonnet season is underway across North Texas. You'll see them all over the Metroplex, especially along 121 and Grapevine, just north of the airport. But this year, the blooms look a little different. Jamie Hazard explains.
A Texas spring staple is making its return, painting fields and roadsides in shades of blue. But this year's bloom isn't quite typical. Weather plays a major role in how and when bluebonnets bloom.
The best time to plant them is between September and December 15th, with October and November being the best time.
Those fall planted seeds stay small through winter before blooming in early spring. Even with a slightly off-season, the flowers remain a Texas favorite, rooted in history and tradition. Over at New York, Texas Zipline Adventures, the blooms have been a destination of their own, drawing visitors from across the state.
The previous owner cultivated the bluebonnets, and then we just take care of them every year. One of the really cool things about being up here is we have access to water, unlike the sides of the road, so we can make ours last a little bit longer.
Despite the dry stretch, bluebonnets are continuing their natural cycle, shifting from bloom to seed production.
They spread their seeds walk is how they work. So they spread really well. There's seed pods on each one. We can see seed pods forming now.
There's even a way to tell when the season is winding down.
Once they are pollinated, the white turns darker. And so they turn more bluey purple.
Even with a shorter season, the message is the same. Experts say bluebonnets should peak from late March through mid-April, so if you want to catch them at their best, now is the time.
Easter is around the corner, but your wallet may feel it first. What could cost more this year, and where you may still save?
Plus, a major moment for space is just days away. How real life and Hollywood are colliding in a big way. It's all ahead when the NewsFeed returns.
Who is Tarrant County College? We are ambitious and full of potential. We bridge education and employment. The beating heart of healthcare, the drivers of industry, the very fabric of Tarrant County. We partner with employers so graduates step into waiting careers. We're changing the game, trailblazing a path forward, uplifting North Texas. We are TCC. Bold steps, better futures.
When my kids started falling behind at school, I didn't know what to do. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark. Then I found Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering people with learning and thinking differences like ADHD and dyslexia. They gave us hope, guidance, and tools to move forward. No matter where you are on your path, Understood can help. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Students and space fans packed the University of Texas at Arlington Planetarium to watch history unfold.
They cheered as Artemis II lifted off, marking the next step toward returning astronauts to the moon. Students called the moment surreal and inspiring. Some now hope to build the future of space exploration. Over the next 10 days, all eyes stay on the mission. At one point, the crew will lose contact with Earth for about 40 minutes. For those watching, this isn't just a launch, it's history happening right now.
NASA's Artemis program is taking the next big step back to the moon. The rocket launched successfully Wednesday night. It sent 4 astronauts on a journey around the moon.
The mission marks a major milestone for NASA and the future of human spaceflight. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest from Kennedy Space Center.
1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Godspeed, Artemis II. Let's go.
A new era of space exploration is underway. Artemis II is the first crewed mission of the program. Mission Commander Reed Wiseman, along with astronauts Christina Cook, Victor Glover, and Jeremy Hansen, are currently orbiting Earth ahead of their trip around the moon.
We have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Artemis II will allow the crew to test the Orion spacecraft, from life support and navigation to communications and the heat shield they'll need for a safe return to Earth. The journey will take 10 days, and on the 6th day, the team will be the first humans to ever lay eyes on some of the areas of the dark side of the moon. All of this work is ahead of the planned Artemis III mission in 2027 and Artemis IV in 2028, which will take humans back to the surface of the moon.
You know, they'll be very busy checking out the systems on the spacecraft. I mean, that's the primary mission objective, is to get this ready for the next flight, prove out the systems, and later, 2 or 3 flights from now, hopefully land on the moon.
At Kennedy Space Center, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Gas prices across the U.S. are still under $4, but just barely. AAA says the national average ticked up to $3.99 a gallon. That's the highest since 2022. Prices have jumped more than $1 since fighting in Iran escalated in late February, and drivers could see more pain at the pump. Crude oil and gasoline futures both moved higher, signaling more increases could be on the way.
It's that time of the year again, spring cleaning. Experts say it does more than tidy up. It can boost your mental health. In today's health news, Mandy Gaither shows how a simple spring spruce can help declutter your home and your mind.
So long, winter. Spring has sprung, but if breaking out the vacuum for a new season refresh doesn't sound tempting, there's another reason to do it. It's good for your brain.
Instead of labeling cleaning as a chore, reframe it as an act of self-care.
Clinical psychologist Susan Alberts with Cleveland Clinic says having a tidy space can actually boost a person's mood. She says it's been shown to improve sleep, concentration, and energy levels while decreasing stress and anxiety.
Cleaning provides immediate, visible, and tangible results, which our brain loves. It likes to see evidence of success. This in turn releases dopamine into the body, the pleasure neurotransmitter.
But if your motivation is lacking, Albert says to start small. Try tidying your desk, which could also include digital decluttering, closing out emails, cleaning off your computer's home screen, and avoiding distractions by muting alerts until you're done. If you feel your cleaning momentum begin to shift, Albert says to move on to your bedroom.
Just cleaning your bedroom and making your bed has been shown in studies to improve your sleep by 19%.
Then she says to focus on high traffic areas, the most used spaces in your home.
This is going to help to reduce the stress and conflict in the family. When these high traffic areas are filled with clutter, they create stress for everyone.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A judge and a defendant have a viral he said, she said debate, and it says as cringeworthy as it is hilarious. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
And Storm Team Weather is tracking storms moving in, when the rain hits, and how it impacts your weekend next.
From the NewsFeed's Forecast Center, this is your Storm Team Forecast.
Here's a live look over the Dallas North Tollway. Cloudy skies right now, 74 degrees, feels like 74. Humidity sits at 70%, and you'll feel it. We're tracking isolated thunderstorms later this afternoon. As we head into the weekend, rain chances pick up. Friday brings a few isolated storms. Saturday looks wet, rain and thunder likely. Sunday, we dry out a bit with partly cloudy skies. Storm Team radar is quiet right now, but that will change as storms move in later today. In your 7-day, the weekend starts unsettled. Then we transition into a drier pattern. Early next week, more clouds than sun, but temperatures stay comfortable. By mid to late week, we warm back up with just a small chance of rain for Thursday.
Here's a wild courtroom moment that's going viral. A judge and a defendant go back and forth, and it's all caught on camera. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a judge berate a woman for allegedly driving whilst attending a Zoom court hearing.
You cannot be driving, ma'am.
Despite her insistence, she wasn't.
I'm not driving.
Video from Michigan's 33rd District Court shows the woman log on to the virtual video hearing, which, according to WDIV, was a case involving a claimed debt. The judge immediately halts the proceedings, telling the defendant she can't be driving while on the Zoom call, and that's when the fun begins.
I'm not driving the car, but I will have my driver pull over. But hang on 1 second.
Checks rear view.
Am I crazy, or does it not look like you're driving that car?
I'm not driving the car. I'm a passenger in the car, sir.
Keeps eyes on road.
Now you're lying to me, right?
Then the judge plays his ace.
Let me see the driver.
Oh, it's awkward. It's awkward. It's awkward.
Hang on 1 second.
Now.
I have to ask their permission.
And it goes on like that. But eventually the judge has heard enough, and as the woman appears to climb out of the vehicle,
Do you think I'm that stupid?
he renders a default judgment against her, marking her as a no-show and saying she lied to him. The video has since made the rounds online, where social media users did what they do best, levying their own judgments on the surreal situation. And even though the judge was seemingly convinced, I'll reserve my own judgment and instead simply say what my teenage son would say if he saw it. Bruh. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
A shocking weekend development involving Tiger Woods, and the questions now surrounding what's next.
Plus, a major move that could change the future of the NBA, why the league is taking a big step, and what it can mean for two cities. Damari Williams is on deck next with sports.
Criminal networks are stealing billions of dollars through social media, phone calls, and text, posing as people you trust. They pressure and demand money or personal information. Don't fall for it. If something feels wrong, slow down and verify. Hang up. Don't click. Never send money. If targeted, contact law enforcement. Protect yourself. Protect your family.
Learn more at sheriffs.org/stopscams.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
From the NewsFeed Sports Desk, this is the Sports Report.
Welcome back. The Final Four is set in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Top-seeded Michigan Wolverines dominated Tennessee 95-62. Michigan now faces another one seed, the Arizona Wildcats. On the other side, UConn Huskies stunned Duke Blue Devils 73-72. Braylon Mullins hit a desperation three with 0.4 seconds left. UConn moves on to face Illinois Fighting Illini. The Final Four is set for tomorrow in Indianapolis. The title game follows on Monday. Expansion could be coming to the NBA. The league's boards of governors just approved the plan to explore new teams in Las Vegas and Seattle. Commissioner Adam Silver says a final decision could come by the end of the year. This doesn't guarantee expansion. It opens the doors for interested owners to submit bids. Las Vegas would add another pro team. Seattle is still pushing to bring back the Seattle Supersonics after losing them in 2008. Sources say expansion fees could hit between $7 and $7 billion. The earliest a new team could tip off this 2028-2029 season. Golf legend Tiger Woods is out of jail after a DUI arrest in Florida. Authorities say Woods was driving a Land Rover on Jupiter Island when he clipped a pickup, causing his SUV to roll on its side. Deputies say he showed signs of impairment at the scene. He was released late Friday night. Woods is still working his way back after a serious crash in 2021, a torn Achilles last year, and 7th back surgery. The 50-year-old continues his comeback on the course. A suburb of Chicago is deciding if Michael Jordan's former home could become a museum. A developer bought the 38,000 square foot mansion for $9.5 million after it sat on the market for years. He wants it to turn into a space that inspires visitors without using Jordan's name to avoid trademark issues. The plan includes off-site parking and shuttles, but some neighbors are pushing back, saying a museum doesn't belong in a residential area. The Highland Park City Council is set to discuss the plan Monday.
Talking with each other, hand gestures. I mean, really, we use our eyes more than hearing.
Different ways of playing the game that's bringing people together when we come back.
Ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
If you suspect Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
No, you're good.
Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in America, and now it's helping bring people together.
A group in Minnesota hosted its first ever scrimmage for deaf, hard of hearing, and hearing players. The event focused on inclusion. Players use eye contact, movement, and hand signals to communicate on the court.
We decided to get the community included to prevent the isolation language barrier for the community.
And finally, a spring tradition is back at TCC Northeast. Gary and Betty, the campus geese, are expecting. A live goose cam is now streaming, giving you a front row seat to the nest. Hatching is expected in the next week to 10 days. And we'll leave you today with a live look at Gary and Betty waiting for their new arrivals. See you next week.